Did you know the average person consumes over 20 kilos of sugar every year, the weight of a large suitcase? And most doesn't even come from desserts, but from the innocent little snacks we grab on autopilot. So imagine what could happen if you swap just one of those daily sugar hits for a smarter alternative. The ripple effects are far greater than you may think. Welcome to the Big Daddy's Big Tips podcast, the daily podcast helping everyday people go from feeling stuck to building momentum, confidence, and freedom, one small daily step at a time. This is not a podcast about hacks or hustle. It's about the quiet power of habit-driven lifestyle design, where your health, your wealth, and your happiness are upgraded slowly and sustainably through what you do today, what you do tomorrow, and what you do the day after that. It is not the handful of big decisions that shape your life. It's the thousands of tiny ones you make each and every day. Things like what you eat or how you move, what you say yes to, who you spend your time with, how you react to situations. Ultimately, it's about what I like to call your daily wins versus your daily drifts. And every single decision that you make in your day creates a ripple effect. That ripple will either be a positive one, taking your life in the right direction, or a negative one, taking you in the wrong direction. The right direction takes you towards a future you that's flourishing and thriving. The wrong direction will result in you feeling stuck. Now, feeling stuck can mean different things to different people. Feeling stuck could be constant tiredness, or struggling with sleep, or not liking the reflection in the mirror. It could be the aches and pains that just won't go away, or simply lacking the energy to do the things you want to do. It might mean living paycheck to paycheck, never quite getting on top of debt, struggling to budget or to save, or feeling like your income potential is capped. Maybe it's knowing that you should invest for the future, but never quite taking any action. Being stuck can often be about what's missing on the inside as well. It could be a lack of purpose. It could be low self-worth, stress, anxiety, strained relationships, feeling like you're just going through the motions, or even just struggling to be present with the people that you care about. The truth is, whatever form stuck takes, it always feels heavy. It always slows us down. It always clouds our decisions, and it convinces us that change has to be too big or too overwhelming. But what I want you to know, and what this podcast is all about, is that you don't need a dramatic leap to escape feeling stuck. You just need to start redirecting your life journey by changing your ripple effects, and we do this one daily win at a time. Because whether your ripple effects are working for you or against you, they're invisible at first, and they're barely noticeable after a few weeks. But as the months and the years roll by, they become too big to ignore. And where you find yourself today is the result of your life's journey thus far. You've been taken on that journey because of the ripple effects that you've created. And the ripple effects that you've created have been the results of the thousands of micro decisions you have made each day. The decisions you've made each day are the result of how well primed your vessel has been on those days. Look after your vessel, and making good decisions is easy. Choosing the daily wins is easy. Allow your vessel to build up rust, on the other hand, and you will find yourself more easily distracted by and tempted by the bad decisions, the daily drifts. And I know what you might be thinking. Maybe you've tried to change before, but you started too big, or you focused on one specific area of your life whilst the others slipped away. Maybe you think change has to be dramatic, or that you have to wait for the perfect time. Those are just some of the same false beliefs I had to break down for myself. Because the truth is, the smallest daily shifts, when stacked the right way, can change absolutely everything. And the beauty of the BDBT system is that you don't need to change everything. You just need to start priming your vessel better. Guard what goes into your body, prioritize how you move your body, and prioritize how you rest your body. And every single tip that you hear from me is part of that system, part of that journey that helps you prime your vessel so that you can shift from daily drifts to daily wins, from noise to clarity, from feeling stuck to feeling free. Because The BDBT system is not just about saving money. It's not just about getting fit. It's about creating an entire life that you can feel proud of by breaking down the overwhelming into the achievable and getting there one small daily step at a time. Picture this with me now, mid-afternoon. You're tired, maybe stressed. You reach for a biscuit, a chocolate bar, fizzy drink. Feels good for a few minutes, and then the crash hits. You're left foggy, you're left sluggish, often craving even more sugar than you did to begin with. Today's tip is this: replace one sugary snack with a healthier alternative. Not any kind of diet plan, certainly not as any kind of punishment. It's a deliberate micro decision that primes your vessel and sets off ripple effects across your energy, your finances, and your mood. Sugar is very sneaky. It promises instant gratification, but it delivers long-term damage. A quick spike in blood sugar gives you a jolt of energy, but within an hour, insulin has swept it away, leaving you even more tired and less focused. This roller coaster doesn't just harm your body, it quietly derails your productivity. It drains your wallet and even chips away at your happiness. I used to be hooked on something sweet after every single meal that I ate. Let's take lunch as an example. I'd eat lunch and have a dessert afterwards. It was my reward for pushing through the day. But what I didn't realize was that it was actually setting me up for feeling even worse in the evening. By the time I got home, I'd be drained, I'd be snappy, I'd be reaching for more junk. Then one day, I swapped the chocolate bar for a handful of grapes. At first, it felt like a small, boring change, an insignificant change, but the difference was shocking. Energy lasts longer, stopped snapping as much, even noticed less tempted by takeaways in the evening. That's when I realised this wasn't just about food, it's about the ripple effect. And here's how it plays out. So, let's take health. Reducing even one daily sugar hit lowers your risk of insulin resistance, weight gain, and energy crashes. Replacing it with protein or fiber-rich snacks stabilizes blood sugar, which means more consistent energy, more consistent focus, and even improved sleep. Over time, these micro swaps reduce your risk of chronic illnesses like diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. What about wealth? Sugary snacks are not just unhealthy, they're expensive. Think about how much that daily 1 to 2 pound chocolate bar or can of Coke adds up to over an entire year. Swapping to healthier, cheaper options like fruit, nuts, homemade snacks can put hundreds of pounds back in your pocket every year, and beyond direct savings, the ripple effect continues. Clearer thinking at work leads to smarter financial decisions, better performance. You're going to be noticed more. In terms of your happiness, sugar tricks your brain with dopamine spikes, but those spikes are fleeting. What follows is irritability, cravings, guilt. By swapping one snack, you build self-trust. You prove to yourself that you can make decisions based on your long-term well-being, not your short-term cravings. And that self-trust translates into confidence, into pride, into momentum that carries into other areas of your life. The power of this tip is not in going all or nothing. It's in the consistency of one deliberate choice, repeated daily. You're not cutting out sugar completely. You're proving you can interrupt the drift and take back control and create ripple effects far greater than a single snack. And if you'd like to lock this habit in and actually see the impact it's having on your life, I would recommend getting your free copy of my Big Daddy's Foundation Blueprint. Much more than just a tracker. This is a system that will show you how small daily actions, like replacing one sugary snack with a healthy alternative, can stack up and ripple across your health, wealth, and happiness. Use it to track your daily wins, use it to spot your daily drifts, use it to watch your momentum build week by week. Because when you see it written down and when you measure the ripple, that's when it really starts to sink in. That's when it becomes part of who you are. You can get your free copy from the link in my bio on Instagram, from my website, or from the show notes below this episode. And if today's tip has got you thinking, then please share it. Not just online, but with somebody in your life who might need it too. Because real change spreads when we pass it on. And your unique ripple effect may just be sparked when you have that conversation and share your new knowledge. Even better, why not try explaining the tip in your own words to somebody that you know? Because if you can teach the tip, you're far more likely to remember the tip. And if you'd like the full breakdown of this tip, including all extra examples, bonus strategies, and a free, dedicated, downloadable guide to help you implement it into your unique life, head over to Instagram and drop me the keyword in the show notes below this episode, and I will send you the free guide directly. Combine that with my foundation blueprint, and it will stand you in very good stead for ingraining this tip into your life. So, if this episode has sparked something for you, come and hang out with me on Instagram and TikTok. You'll find me every day at Big Daddy's Big Tips, sharing simple, high impact tips to boost your health, your wealth, and your happiness with one small daily win at a time. You'll also find weekly bingo cards to keep you motivated. You'll find free downloads to dive deeper and make change easier. You'll find weekly go lives that feel like a proper pep talk, as well as more honest chats just like this. Make sure you're following so you don't miss the next tip that could change everything. And if you've tried any of my tips so far, I would love to hear from you. Send me a DM, tag me in your progress, because this is just the beginning of a wonderful journey, and I'd like you to know how proud I am of you and that you are not going on this journey alone. So if you need any help or are unsure in any way about implementing this tip or the benefits it can offer, reach out and I'll be in touch to help. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. And remember, your future does not change in one big leap. It changes in the next small step you take today. So why not start right now, get that vessel primed, create those positive ripple effects, enjoy a truly life-changing journey, one small daily step at a time. I end each episode by asking you a question that you can answer in the comments below. And today's question is this: what is one sugary snack you could replace tomorrow with a healthier alternative? And what would you swap it for? Have a think. Let me know what springs to mind. Drop it in the comments below because I would love to hear from you. Big love, Big Daddy.